Hi, my name is David, and I'm going to walk you through how I solved the CSWA practice problem 5.10. So in this problem, we're going to start with the top face, or top plane, and we're going to draw this triangular base part, and then we're going to draw a sketch on this face here, and extrude the little tube going out, or the pipe, or whatever it's called, going out towards this direction, and then in this direction as well, and in addition create this little part as well that's supporting the pipe. Okay, let's get started. Oop, there we go. And I added this little keyboard overlay down here and mouse overlay so you can see the keystrokes and mouse clicks and whatnot that I'm using. Alright, so we're going to go on the top plane, create a sketch. I'm going to go ahead and start adding circles, and I turned on this new feature that allows you to smart dimension right away. So you basically just click on the center of the circle and you can start dragging out and then enter the diameter of the circle and hit enter, and immediately it's smart dimensioned. It definitely saves, I've noticed, some time in smart dimensioning things. You don't have to enter the smart dimension mode, you automatically are in it. And also, if you don't want to smart dimension something, you can just click and then click to close off the circle, just like it was before, you know. So like it is originally without the feature turned on, in other words. So it's kind of cool. I'm going to delete this one. That particular feature of SolidWorks you can find under Tools, Options, and then Sketch. And it's right here, enable on screen numeric input on entity creation. And then if you check the create dimension only when value is entered, that one allows you to use the old way of creating things without having to worry that you have to dimension things. All right, so let's go ahead then and create another circle. And I forgot to smart dimension it. Still getting used to this tool myself. Okay, let's create that circle. It's going to be a diameter of 30. We'll create another circle, diameter of 30. And what I'm going to do here is make these two horizontal to each other. So I can do Alt-H for that. And then I'm going to create a center line that goes down here and make these circles symmetric about the center line, so there's symmetric. For some reason Alt-S didn't work for me, I'm not sure why. And then we can start smart dimensioning this distance between these two circles, which is 60, and this horizontal distance between these two circles, which is 75. And it looks like we're fully defined at this point. Now I'm going to start adding the lines that go around these circles. We technically don't need these inner parts of the circles, but I'm actually just going to leave them there. We could trim them off at some point if we wanted to, but I'm going to leave them there and just select the parts that we want to extrude in a bit. So let's get the lines going. All right, there's that line. There's this line. It does give an error message here that says the automatic relations inferred by this operation would overdefine the sketch. They will not be added, but that's okay. It's just not going to add this tangent relation right here because there's already a tangent relation right here, and I believe that if we had another tangent relation here, it would overdefine the sketch. All right, so let's add one more line right here. Okay, and this one it didn't put the tangent relations in, so I'm going to click on the point here and the circle and the circle and the line and make them tangent. I can do Alt-A for that, and now I'm getting an error. Okay, let me see. Let me go here. Oh, because there's a little, you see that right there? I accidentally made this point horizontal to this point. Okay, and sometimes that's going to happen if you're not careful, and like I wasn't, it made a horizontal relation right there. Okay, now with that horizontal relation gone, I should be able to move this around, and I should be able to make this point tangent to this circle, or this line tangent to this circle. There we go. So tangent, there we go. Okay, that'll happen sometimes. Let's make sure that this line is also tangent to this circle. Okay, and there we go. Probably could have done that faster, but at least you got to see how to fix some errors that might crop up. All right, like I said, you could trim these parts away if you wanted to, but I'm going to leave them in there. But now what I'm going to do is add these circles in here. This has a diameter of 8. This has a diameter of not what I just entered. I don't know what I just entered. Probably 89. Okay, and there we go. Fully defined. I'm going to try using the S key shortcut where I added the extrude button here, because that's a really common thing. You're in a sketch and you want to extrude. So rather than going to features, extrude, you can just hit the S key and then you can add this extrude button. The way I did that was extruded boss base, and then you can hit this plus to insert this command in the shortcut menu. So you can load this up with whatever shortcuts that you use most often. So let's go ahead and extrude. I'm going to extrude this part, this part, this part, this part, and this part, and 10 millimeters. So there we go. Okay, now we've got the base, and we're going to go ahead and create a sketch on this face where we're going to draw the pipe. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go into a circle. The inner circle is, just take a moment and look over here. Okay, inner circle 21, outer circle 32. All right. So 21 for the inner circle. Whoops, I think I'm, there we go, 21. My focus was not on SolidWorks. And the outer circle 32. All right, and it says here that we want the pipe to be tangent. The pipe is tangent to the plate. So this pipe, the bottom part right here, would be tangent to this plate. Let's go ahead and literally put that relation in there. So we can take this circle and shift select this plate face and make them tangent with Alt A. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go back normal to this sketch plane, and let's see, we want to draw the little support part for the pipe. So that's going to be a line from here to here, over to here, and then up. Okay, and that should be enough, and I'll try to use the S shortcut for extruding. Try to be in a good habit for that, and it looks like we have to extrude, what is it, 30 out in this direction, and then in the other direction, the total pipe length is 85, so we're going to do 85 minus this 30 in the other direction for both the pipe and this supporting part. So we'll do that in 2 phases. So it looks like we're already pointing in this direction going out. That's just going to be the pipe, and it's going to be 30. All right, and so then we can, if we hit the S key here when we're in like the features tab or not inside of a sketch, then the options are different, but it works similarly. So you could, if you wanted to add something, you just hit the plus button there. So I'm probably going to load that up for future videos. All right, so this is the extrude button here. We want to extrude stuff from this sketch. Basically this thing and that one that's behind there. Okay, looks like we got them all. We want to do it in the opposite direction, and we want to go 85 minus 30. Enter, enter. Hit Control 7 to get a nice isometric view. Looks like we got the part. And we'll hit Control M, 105501. 1055501 cubic millimeters. Great. Well, I hope this video was helpful. If you're looking for something more professional, look for a YouTube channel called Design With Roozbe. He does an awesome job at breaking down each practice problem in detail. Take care and keep studying.